Yesterday wasn't really much of a surprise for SHIB in the crypto market. We had a red day, go figure, and we started off on a green note today. This has been the consistent trend throughout the crypto market, and like I've talked about in other videos, hopefully it continues as the day progresses. We actually have some things that are to like right now. Smart money actually stepped in and bought over the last 24 hours for Shiba Inu, which is a great sign. But I also want to talk about this hidden bullish divergence that is taking place for SHIB currently that might be very difficult for people to see. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So as far as SHIB structure goes, we're still following structure. There's nothing new. The roller coaster that is Shiba Inu is still playing out. And you guys can see that we are still in this wedge like we were talking about. We're just basically riding to the top, to the bottom, to the top, to the bottom, to the top, right? Not really a surprising thing here. And SHIB, once again, actually bounced off of the bottom of this trend. So hopefully this holds as the day progresses, and what this could mean is obviously if the market does flip bullish, we start to see some pushes once again, we could be talking about Shiba Inu once again trying to push towards the top of this structure. All right. Now, what I will say is a very great sign here for SHIB is that we actually have some hidden bullish divergence taking place on the shorter term time frame. You can actually see the bottoms dropping here on this chart on the top here. And at the same time, we are actually seeing the bottoms rising on the RSI here, which is in fact a great sign. That's a bullish reversal sign. So we'll see if excuse me, we'll see if we can get a little bit of a bounce off of that, just something to watch as the day and week progress here. And I will say now we are actually very close to the stochastic RSI, actually on the daily being reset, right? We're almost down into the oversold range, which would be a great spot for us to get back to. We've seen this take place in terms of BTC, in terms of Ethereum, in terms of many other assets throughout the crypto space. And now what we're waiting for is BTC to get a bounce off of its trend here. And maybe that's where things decide to take off. What I will say is that institutional money bought very heavily yesterday on both the BTC and Ethereum side. I won't spend too much time talking about that. But what you need to know is that they're buying all the stuff that basically retail is capitulating into. That's not a surprising thing. We said that would probably happen this week. It's happening. Go figure. Nothing new taking place there. We're at this point where now USDT dominance is sitting here just waiting for some kind of rejection. Hopefully we get this and we can get a pushback down towards those levels that we were seeing just about a week ago or so. But we'll have to watch and wait and see how the day progresses. Now, this is the big stuff that you guys need to know about. Over the past 24 hours, while the market dipped, smart money wallets added 3.78 billion SHIB, while exchange reserves dropped by 56.6 billion SHIB. Together, this removed about 60 billion SHIB from exchanges, worth nearly $750,000 at the current Shiba Inu price. This matters despite it being a small number because it shows both smart money and retail traders are adding exposure at the same time. Whales, by contrast, have stayed quiet, kind of like we were talking about. When smaller buyers and large wallets align, it often signals conviction in the price floor. And that's what SHIB has been doing for quite some time. Again, we keep setting higher lows, which is a great sign. SHIB keeps bouncing off of this longer term structure. I hope we don't get down here, but understand, like we talked about, that is still in play if the market does decide to do some ugly things. But right now, we're just kind of waiting for things to heat up around the space. This is, again, still a high week in terms of volume. We've had over $200 billion in trading over the last 24 hours. Shiba Inu right now at about 300 million over the last 24 hours. So Shiba Inu is a lot more active than it has been, which is a great sign. But we're still kind of waiting for that confidence to set back in. We're actually on the verge of the fear greed index falling into fear, which would be the first time we've been there since all the way back in April. But I would argue that that's not a bad thing. If this is showing fear, but we're seeing conviction in prices in the market, that's exactly what you want because it gives you a lot of room to move. Hopefully that makes sense for people. Still seeing high optics throughout the space, but we need to see conviction. That's the number one thing we're watching for here. So that's all I got for you guys. Appreciate it as always. We'll see what happens as the day progresses, but have a great day. Show your love below. Let me know your thoughts. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.